Hey everybody, this is Piper here and welcome to another Rome Total War video. So this is a battle replay, it's a 1 vs 1 game and the factions in this matchup are Selu Empire and the opponent is Rome Julii. So Selu Empire versus Rome, it's not really a fair matchup to be honest. This game's actually played a couple of nights ago. I think the lobby was fairly empty, there wasn't really much happening. There's a few games on Game Ranger, but there's a player he's called EOS in this battle. He's got other names, he's gone with a name called Ink quite a lot. He's gone with OTS Sun. He's faked Conan, like BH Brotherhood Conan's name a few times in the lobby. So he was playing some 1v1s. So I joined this game and he was actually Pontus. I chose Selu Empire. And he said that he was going to change faction. I stick with Selu Empire for a challenge. Because obviously Selu Empire versus Rome, it's a little bit in favour of Rome. Due to the fact that the urbans are so powerful 1 vs 1, 31k, it's really about powerful infantry. Good cavalry. Obviously we have the cataphract, but obviously having all those urbans, it's a lot better to have them than the pike. So I've gone with a skirmish army. I've gone with 6 archers, go gold. I think there were 2 chevrons as well. I've gone with 6 cataphract. The cataphract are go gold, 1 chev. So the idea here is use the archers, wear down the enemy cavalry, get as many kills on the urbans as possible. And then hopefully by that point you have the advantage with the cataphract. Use your pike and legionnaires to pin the urbans and then hammer and anvil. So the enemy player's gone with 3 cavalry, which is not enough for Selu Empire, and he's trying to chase down my archers with his Praetorian cavalry. So I've got 6 units of cataphract, taking out the first unit of Praetorian cavalry. Second unit of Praetorian cavalry coming in here, and they're going to get caught slightly by the cataphract around the back. They're going to go for the archers, but obviously Praetorian cavalry is not really that fast. It's not really that effective chasing down archers. They will actually catch those archers, but you can see here they're getting shot left, right and centre with my own archers. So these guys are getting worn down pretty badly. They're already down to 31. That leaves only 1 unit of Praetorian cavalry. So I'll go through the armies fast while this player's trying to chase down my archers with his heavy cavalry. The enemy's taken, or the player EOS or Ink, 3 archers. The archers are gold looks like. They're slate archers. 3 cavalry, they were gold, and okay, they were gold, 2 chevs. So you actually wasted even more money using the cavalry like that. And the rest are urbans, and they are gold with legionary first. So he's continuing to chase down my archers with his heavy cavalry. Obviously the archers are fairly fast. These guys are chasing the archers down. These guys are not going to catch up without taking a lot of damage from my own archers. They're going to tire as well, and I think these guys actually get caught by the cataphract, which they do right there. So we're going to use the mace straight away, armor piercing, and those guys are going to eat up the Praetorian cavalry. Okay, throughout all this, I'm keeping my pike and my legionnaires back, and we want to do as much damage with the archers as possible before we actually engage at the end. So obviously the Seleucid pike, like everyone goes on about the shield being bad. The main reason behind the pike being bad, obviously the shield is bad, but these guys have a lot more they have a lot more defense with their defense skill than armor, so their armor is pretty bad as well. So these guys are really vulnerable to arrows. So obviously the opponent still has 3 units of archers. that are going to be pretty deadly versus my pike. So I'm going to keep these guys back. I'm going to use my own archers to get kills against the urbans. And throughout all this, I'm not really hitting the enemy archers. I don't really care about my archers dying. More concerned about getting kills on the enemy urbans. So we're going to keep our legionnaires back, keep our pike back. And that's the last unit of cavalry just been taken out by the cataphract. So when these guys go, they're just routed there. It's going to mean I have the free reign to outflank with the archers and get kills from all sides. So you see here we're getting kills left, right and centre versus the urbans. Shooting in a lot of arrows, just like a rain of arrows right there. These guys are... see all the dead bodies right there. So what the player's going to do, he's actually going to make a box here. He actually withdrew his urbans back. I got quite a lot of kills at the flank and the rear, but he's actually faced these guys forward. So what the plan here is now, really want to use some of these archers to get kills from the sides, and obviously because the enemy has no Praetorian cavalry left, I've got no threats against these archers. The archers are basically I think they're the second fastest unit in the game. Slingers are faster, so there's no way the urbans will be able to catch up, with the cataphract obviously supporting as well. So right here, he's actually boxed up, put some guys into Studo, but he's left his general right here. I've actually spotted that. I'm going to do a quick charge here. I try to snipe the general. The cataphract are tired, they're warmed up. So I wasn't actually able to kill the general. He's charging in everything to counter the cataphract, and because the cataphract were kind of tired, winded, that wasn't the most effective charge. We did get a lot of kills on the enemy general unit, but because that cataphract was actually tired, they've actually routed. But they're going to come back from routing, and we'll be able to use that cavalry unit again. So the general didn't die, but when he pulled back his urbans, we're still shooting with the archers, and we're getting loads of kills at the back with the archers. So from that, he's actually realised his general was vulnerable there. He's keeping his general in the centre. He's still using his archers to shoot my archers, but because when you box like this, it forces you to keep all your men together. Throughout all this, I've been targeting the urbans. Some of these guys were getting shot there as well. So even though I wasn't actually targeting the archers, I was targeting the urbans. These guys were getting shot as well. So we're still keeping the pike and the legionnaires back. Now I probably have enough to actually win this battle right now. All I've got to do is pull my pike forward, legionnaires forward, hammer and anvil from multiple sides. That should be enough to win, but we're going to play properly and really use the archers first, try and get as many kills as we can. There's a lot of cataphract left. There's not really too many casualties, to be honest. There's one unit that lost 40. That unit actually routed beforehand, so they're going to have a little bit less morale, but most of these cataphract are pretty much full strength, to be honest. So there's one unit of archers, they actually routed there. They got too close to the urbans, and they actually threw their pila at the urbans. So this player should have really been using, he should have really kept his pila firewall off, and he wants to really throw pila at the pike or the legionnaires. That was a bit of a waste on the archers, because these archers will come back from routing. They're only 20 in number. They've got to be about maybe like 12 or 13 to rout off the field. They're going to come back, and they're going to have just as many arrows as they had before, and they're going to keep on firing at the backs of the urbans. So you can see here, using my archers to target the backs of the legionnaires, and the auxiliary archers are getting caught in the crossfire. Any arrows that miss the urbans, for example, an archer just died there, they're going to get caught. So that's a drawback of this formation. It's quite powerful as a defensive formation, but it means that if you have a lot of archers, a lot more arrows actually hit. So the rest of this battle was basically just using the rest of my archers, shooting the backs of the urbans. You can see there, that's the general right there. The general's down to 23. And for some reason he's actually shooting flaming arrows. Don't know why he's doing that. He should really be using regular arrows. But just going to keep on shooting the general, try and get as many kills as I can, and then we're going to obviously move forward the infantry and use the cataphracts to hammer and anvil. So we're going to triple speed this. Not really much more is happening. I'm just using the archers to surround, shoot the backs of the legionnaires or the urbans. We're actually trying to kill the general. I really wanted the general to die here. The general's like down to 13, 12. I think the general gets down to 5 in number. I almost killed the general, which would have probably even... it would have made it a lot easier to defeat the urbans without the general defeating this box. Because when you outflank on all sides without the general, these guys get concerned about the flanks, concerned about being surrounded. So he has his general, but to be honest, from this position, there's so many legionnaires, I've got so many pike. The pike they're all virtually full strength. The legionnaires have lost maybe a couple, 2, 3 men possibly. The bulk of my cataphract are intact. One of the cataphract routed, but to be honest, my entire army is basically virtually full strength except for the archers, which are not brought. They're really expendable troops, the archers. So it was a fairly standard battle, a fairly boring battle. In all honesty, I wouldn't normally upload these sort of battles to YouTube. And these were just kind of friendly battles. I was playing a game yesterday. It was a 3 versus 3 battle, and the same player started trash talking in the game and saying how it was my fault the game was lost and all this other stuff. And I just reminded him that I heroiced him as just the Empire the day before almost. So that's really the only reason I'm uploading this battle, is the player was fairly disrespectful in the game, and his remarks were uncalled for considering the battle and the way he played. So we're almost getting towards the end of this battle here. You can see here, that's the last unit of archers. They're almost dead. They're the only unit that has arrows left. So when that unit goes, it's going to be the final scene of the film, as they say. So we're going to get our cataphract organised. We're going to keep our archers at the front here. I know that he has Pila left because he hasn't really engaged my infantry. So we're going to move forward the archers. Hopefully he still has his fire at will button on, which he does. He's going to unload on the archers all of his Pila, all of his highly powerful, dangerous Pila. He's going to throw at my archers that have no arrows left at all. I'm going to throw my Pila, taking out some of archers there. I'm going to take out the rest of his front rank, hopefully get some kills in front rank with my Pila. And we're going to really push forward the archers here. Use these guys as a screening force. So we're going to keep the archers here. These guys are skirmish off, loose formation. Any Pila these guys have, they're going to throw at the archers. My Silver Shield Legionnaires, they have all their Pila left almost. They're going to throw the first volley in against the urbans. And they're not getting as many kills as the urbans would get. Obviously the Legionnaires don't have the stats of the urbans, but they're still fairly powerful nonetheless. And obviously, as I was saying, this formation is so bunched up that any Pila that miss probably they will get more hits with all the enemy units being so close together. So that's the archers routing. they're fulfilled their purpose in the battle. They've got a lot of kills, and they've taken a lot of damage from the enemy Pila. So we're going to start the attack here. We're going to move forward the pike, and this player being so good, he's actually forgotten about his general. He's kept his general in Testudo formation right there. He didn't take them out, they're 4 strength. He's going to try and rush the cataphract, pull back the cataphract, and charge the general right there. And that's the general actually routing right there. So he's lost his general. We're going to move forward the Silver Shield Legionnaires. We're going to drop the pike down. Got the cataphract around the back. General's just died. We're going to send in the cataphracts, the hammer and anvil. They've just instantly routed there. They're going to instantly rout here as well. He's got some urbans around the back. But obviously, check out the stats, they're just, everyone's routing, they've been surrounded, they're distraught over the enemy numbers, they're going to be wavering pretty soon, and they're going to rout as well. And we're going to pull over the pike, pull in the cataphract, and that's going to be game over, and the player EOS is actually admitted defeat. So that was a heroic victory for me there, a lot more kills than the enemy. Obviously, a lot of his kills were against the archers. He never really touched the cataphract or the legionnaires or the pike. So as I was saying before, this player was pretty disrespectful in one of the games. I'll leave a link to his Steam profile. Obviously, he's changed his name quite a bit. If you look at some of his previous names, he's been faking a couple of players as well. For a long time, there's a player called Conan or Conan from the Brotherhood clan, who was having his name fake quite a lot in the lobby, and this was one of the players that was doing that. So obviously, not a very nice player, to be honest. It's not as good as he's saying he is. When you lose against Sister Empire as Rome and you get heroic, that's a really bad result. But anyway, I'll leave a link to the Steam profile. Hope you've enjoyed this battle replay. Obviously, I don't really upload many 1v1s. It's not really what I do, but this was the exception. So hopefully you've enjoyed this battle replay. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you have any battle requests or battle replays you want a commentary made, feel free to send them to me or send me your thoughts. Thanks for watching. This is Piper signing off.